Good evening, everyone. I am Shama Okosa,
I'm Chiamaka Eke.
I am Bukola.
and today we're going to discuss a pressing public health issue, opioid addiction in Canada, and explore how lessons from France's successful strategies can help mitigate this crisis. We'll examine key differences in healthcare approaches and propose solutions that could be adapted for Canada. Canada's opioid crisis is worsening, largely due to limited access to treatment options. France, on the other hand, has taken a different approach that has proven effective. By examining their policies, we can identify actionable strategies for Canada. This graph highlights the alarming rise in opioid-related deaths in Canada over the past 20 years. Lenient prescribing practices, aggressive pharmaceutical marketing, and barriers to treatment access have contributed to this public health emergency.
While Canada has implemented harm reduction measures like naloxone and supervised consumption sites, these strategies don't address the root issue, lack of access to effective opioid treatment. Methadone treatment, for instance, is available only in specialized clinics, limiting access, particularly in rural and underserved areas. France faced a similar opioid crisis in the 1990s and responded by integrating opioid treatment into primary health care. By making buprenorphine widely available through general practitioners, they significantly reduced overdose deaths. This table illustrates key differences. France's model allows general practitioners to prescribe buprenorphine, increasing accessibility, while Canada's reliance on specialized clinics creates barriers.
Buprenorphine is a safer alternative to methadone with a lower overdose risk. It is more accessible because it can be prescribed by general practitioners rather than requesting specialized clinics to prescribe it, which are often inaccessible to many. France enforced strict opioid prescribing regulations, reducing misuses. A similar approach in Canada with secure prescription tracking could help curb opioid abuse. Saskatchewan opioid crisis is particularly severe with death rates exceeding the national average. Limited health care providers in rural regions further complicate access to treatment. Decentralized approach such as the one used in France would be especially beneficial to rural or underprivileged regions like Saskatchewan, where access to health is restricted by laws and a lack of training opportunities. Cultural factors play a role in addiction's pattern in France. Wine is deeply integrated into daily life and often normalized, while opioids have been overprescribed in Canada for pain management. Wine has a long history in France and is ingrained in both social custom and everyday life. In addition to its cardiovascular benefits, it can normalize excessive drinking, which can develop into addiction like the risk of opioids.
France emphasizes workplace group support to manage stress, whereas Canada tends to focus on individual therapy. Strengthening social support could help reduce substance dependence. France integrates addiction treatment within primary care, allowing for centralized funding. Canada's fragmented approach results in funding gaps, particularly in rural and indigenous communities. By adopting these strategies, such as expanding buprenorphine prescription to general practitioners, implementing secure opioid prescriptions tracking, and promote social support system in workplaces, Canada can make opioid treatment more accessible, reduce overdose death, and build a more effective addiction response system.
Food for thought. Think about what challenges that might arise in implementing France's approach in Canada. Could regulatory hurdles, healthcare provider resistance, or cultural differences pose an issue?
In conclusion, opioid addiction remains a severe issue in Canada, but by adopting aspects of France's healthcare model, we can improve treatment access and reduce fatalities. It is time for policy action to address this crisis. Thank you for listening and feel free to ask any questions.